Let's go.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. My apologies for going live a bit late. Me and Luke were talking a bit behind screens, and actually, it's Luke who told me to go live because I was just waffling on and on. Anyhow,
Yeah.
uh, big up, Luke. Thank you for coming on as always. Now, I do want to talk about the Carabao Cup final, but first, I will let you talk a bit about the Real Madrid game, just your thoughts, and then we'll move on to the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah, coul. Well, so I was at the game, so obviously I've got a good understand. I think I don't.
Big
I
by the
don't.
fan.
Joe, that was my first loss ever at the Etihad. I mean, to be fair, it should have been a win. It should have been a lot. It should probably been a 2 or 3-1 win in that game. Even if we'd gone out, we were the better team. The problem is, our finishing wasn't there. And that's what let us down yesterday. Sorry, Wednesday. So it's Tuesday, it's not Wednesday. You're on me. It's been a couple of days since the game. I was really impressed with what I saw. I thought it was much better from the back line. I know we conceded 2 goals, but obviously Bernardo Silva handballed it. Which, watching it back, it was a shame because in the ground, right, they're really terrible when it comes to VAR. They don't tell you what's going on. Like, I'm thinking, why are we waiting around for a decision? I thought it was out. So the first was always offside. Okay, and then he's not offside. Like, they're so. I'm all for VAR, by the way, but they got to stop messing around with it. Just say, right, is he offside? No, cool, right, go to decision. If it was a handball, but the guy's offside anyway, offside, we carry on. Like, there shouldn't be this like 5-minute wait to get to the decision.
Yeah, I mean, the way they do it in hockey, I don't know if you watch hockey sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll do watch hockey, of course, because our team is very good, Belgian team. Or it was very good. We're not quite that anymore, but hey, we won a World Cup, a Euros, everything. So
England fan. We won the World Cup in 1986.
no, we won the World Cup in 2018 with that Belgian team.
Oh shit! And we won. Oh yeah. Carry on.
That Belgian team literally won everything. Anyhow, that's besides the point. In hockey, what they do when they use the assistant referee, I don't know what they call it, the referee will speak to the stadium that he is calling upon the video assistants. He will tell them why he's asking for assistance, and he will then explain what the decision is and why he made that decision. So he will first tell the stadium, we are checking something right now with VAR. This is what we're checking. Once the decision has been made, he'll tell the stadium, the decision has been made, it's this decision, and this is why. The Premier League is kind of trying to do that, but overall, VAR is just, it's sport communication-wise, it's sport implementation. Like you talk about the waiting times. Why are we waiting so long for an offside call? Don't we have semi-automated offside? Isn't that 30 seconds?
Yeah, it's what I thought. And like, and that look, again, it was a penalty. I'm not saying it wasn't because he did block it, although it's a bit of a weird one, but it hit it there and he moved his arm towards it. If it was like he did that and it hit him, you can't really help with that situation. That's not. You can probably put that say that no, it was unfair on him, but Bernardo moved his arm. What he should have done was either you just chest or headed it away, or it could let it go in. It'd be annoying, but like, you know what? I'd rather you be on the pitch to have 11 men on the pitch than down 10 men. But in a way, we're better with 10 men, funny enough. So which is funny, but we'll get into that. But no, I thought the keeper was a lot better today. I thought Donnarumma did well. Made a few good saves against. Was it Brahim Diaz and Virginia? I think he made quite a good number of saves in the game. Him and Courtois were doing some good saves that game anyway. I think, and Lunin was good. I think all three keepers that played the game all did a good job on Tuesday. Nunez was good. I don't know why Pep dropped him and Nori. I have no idea why, because I think Nunez actually done really well against Junior. He has the pace for it. He can catch up to him. I think at the Bernabeu, he'd been fine. The Bernabeu, because he's done it already. The Bernabeu, and
I mean, Nuri, Nuri, the only argument you can say why he was dropped was experience in Champions League, but that doesn't hold up when Semenyo played.
Both of them should have played at Bernabeu. Look, at the Bernabeu, both got cooked. But I think both of them should at least have been given a chance at the Bernabeu. I think both probably are right, in my opinion. But
yeah,
Kushinov, fantastic. This guy, by the way, I know he's not perfect. He's still very young. Long way to go. I said that in my review yesterday. I just think with him, he's just getting better and better. Like in a big game like that. Look, at the Bernabeu wasn't great, but I don't know why he was forced to right back in a random game where he should have been given that more preparation before that anyway. But I think in the game on Tuesday, he kept Vinny quiet, Valverde quiet, Mbappe came on, kept him quiet. He was honestly the tracking back, the tackling. This guy is getting also, you know, as well, right? That kind of rash tackling is very controlled now. It's a lot more controlled than what he's doing. He's obviously, I'm not saying he doesn't do it. He will do it a bit more because that's what he's good at. But his timing of it is getting better and better. I think having a Diaz next to him does help because obviously you got some a bit more experience older, you can sort of guide him a little bit more. But even that, he brought Gay and Ake on the back three. It looked really good. I thought Gay actually got better in the game as the game went on. I thought he did pretty well. I thought Ake was good as well. I mean, despite lack of pace, I thought he did pretty well. And obviously, Ake we'll kind of know he'll be gone end of the year, but I think his experience showed. Obviously, being obviously a winner himself, he's won the Champions League anyway and done well in his games. He knows what he's doing against like Mbappe because he's played in World Cups, obviously in Euros and that. So he's an experienced player. Rodri, I thought was decent. I wouldn't say he was like world class, but I think he definitely got better. I think second half he was a lot better. Like he was sort of running through like Tchouaméni and Valverde. And you can see the old Rodri starting to come back a little bit in the second half for sure. I wouldn't say he's prime Rodri, but I think you can kind of tell he's getting more experienced for sure. What else is there? Bernardo Silva, I mean, I'll be real with you. Apart from the start, I mean, the red card didn't really do a lot, really, to be honest with you. So I can't really say it's he was good or bad, really.
Shall I dare say it? Shall I dare say it? I
Go
think Bernardo Silva dropped an absolute stinker by taking that stupid red card. But I don't blame him for it because I think Pep should have never put Bernardo and Rodri in that midfield, knowing we were going to get countered.
It should have been Nico G. Rodri.
Yeah,
and we said
Nico
before,
G and Rodri or Bernardo and Nico G.
Or O'Reilly Rodri. O'Reilly can do a bit of defending as well. I don't know why. Bernardo Silva for me, right after this season, look, I always said before, but I always loved the man for what he's brought for his football club. He's been absolutely like, in 2 or 3 years, been probably our player of the year. The treble year he wasn't perfect, but in the Champions League he became one of our best players. Like in terms of Bayern Munich and Madrid, he was just unplayable in them games. He's been an absolute legend for his football club, and we know that. But I think this has to be his last year because I want to win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup just to give him as a captain time to lift because he deserves it. Kev deserved the FA Cup last year, but at least Bernardo Silva can win 2. The league will, no, unless Arsenal bottle it completely. We'll take our league.
To be fair, if we win our game in hand at 6 points, and if we beat Arsenal it's 3 points, but it's just that's all assuming we beat Arsenal.
Look, if we do, for me, it depends on our finishing. If we improve our finishing overall, because I'll get the rest of the team anyway. I thought Reinders actually. Do you know what it is, Reinders, right? Yeah, he should have scored. He should have scored, but I thought, you know what it is? Yeah, he had one football. I thought we need to see him play more because I thought this is what we need. Someone like him who can run forward. Was he perfect? No, but he's not played better any games, mate. We need to see this guy play more.
Rodri and Haaland also missed chances, by the way, so it's not like it's just Reinders.
But Reinders to me has that ability to score goals, doesn't he? He can do it, and we know with a bit more opportunities, he'll do it. I think Pep's got to play him more. Just say, look, the next 5-6 games of tough games. Look, UCL we're done now, so FA Cup priorities are a lot more prioritised now. Look, the quad, right? We knew it was going to happen anyway this year. Anyway, this squad ain't it yet. But maybe next year, who knows what happens? But where we get in, but
and third and quads. We're not asking too much, are we?
I mean, look, we've done well to be in a quad consideration up towards middle of March. That's pretty good going from us, but even we can't do like it's not going to happen. Much would be nice if we're not there yet. That's fine, but yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. Madrid aren't that good, and we should have beat Madrid over 2 legs. But
the first thing we have to do is make sure Arsenal can't win a quad. That's the first thing we have to
They
do
won't.
now.
I can't see him doing it. I think
Yeah,
they're winning game.
we've got to make sure ourselves. Yeah, no, the Man United could have stopped us from winning at the treble, but they didn't.
No, it's a good point. Yeah, so we have to go. But for the attacking three, Shirky was good. I wouldn't say he was like unbelievable world class. I mean, I watched him, I thought he did very good. But I think this is the kind of game where he's got to like learn to do a lot more in the game. Like, I think you could tell he was getting into it more and more throughout the game, but he's got to play more games. I'm sorry, but benching him does nothing for him. You got to play him more. Say, look, these are the kind of games that if you want to be a Ballon d'Or winner, you've got to turn up in these games. And I'm sure he will over time. But it's games like this and the derby and that other game as well that played this year where he's got to improve in the big games. I think he will get that towards next year, I think. But I wouldn't say, I'd say, I gave him like a 7 out of 10. I thought, well, he did good, but I wouldn't say he was unbelievable from Shirky. I think better performance from Shirky this season than the Madrid. Doku was outstanding. I thought he was ripping. He was that time where I was right near the south stand and Madrid away fans. I saw a good view of Doku down the left wing. The way he kept rinsing Trent, Valverde, and Patash was unbelievable. The way that Mbappe got the ball and he bumped Mbappe off the ball and got it, I thought that's what we need from him. Again, another day that goal obviously offside. It was a shame offside, but it was a good finish. And imagine go on, sorry.
I mean, changing the subjects now to the Carabao Cup final. That I said behind before we went live behind screens. I said we have a very good attack, and we saw that against Real Madrid. Yeah. I think we play the same front three. We can do something against Arsenal. That is the one positive I take away from that Madrid game. Yeah. I don't take any positives away from our back four because I knew our back four was good already. That's not new.
Yeah, non-issue. Midfield is fine.
That was never the problem in my opinion. I don't find anything inspiring out of that midfield, so there's nothing much to take away there. But our attack, that was a big improvement from all year, really. And I know in the FA Cup we've done some stuff and Carabao Cup too, but let's be honest, teams played their B team in those competitions. And you saw how Newcastle got rinsed. I'm not trying to take away from that, but it's not the same as doing it in the Premier League and in the Champions League against top competition, which Madrid is, even with all their injuries. But by the way, some people misunderstand what I meant with we got humiliated by Madrid. I did not mean we got humiliated on Tuesday. I meant we got humiliated over the course of the tie. 5-1 is a humiliation. 1-2, that game specifically, no. But the course of a tie, that is a humiliation. By the way, Yuna asks what your favorite color is. Mine is purple, actually. Shouldn't be or blue.
Mine probably is like a mixture of I think it's turquoise, actually. It's turquoise, I think.
That's very specific. Most people are not that specific.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's because I like a mixture of green and blue. I've always have done. It's just kind of
you're from Bruges.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but no, I just like purple as well. Purple, and to be fair, pink isn't that bad either. Actually, pink's actually I get the whole man thing, but pink's actually a nice color when you use it for stuff.
Yuna is converting you.
I know, fraud.
Very cool. Yuna's got a claws on you.
For Haaland, by the way. Now, again, as predicted, right? Every time I go to watch the City game, Haaland scores. So maybe I should be going to every game now to get back on form again, probably. But it was good to see him finally score again. I know it's been a struggle for him this year. Well, that's now 5 goals now this calendar year, which still isn't great for his standards. We know that. But he needs to start getting goals again. And I think playing that attack will get him them goals again. But we've got to play that attack. We can't keep rotating. If Pep does it again, it's going to be yet another mess up. And Pep needs to start playing a consistent team now. Again, if we won the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, right, it's a great season. Like second, and I know the league will be annoying because of Arsenal winning it, fine. But if you said to me, look, this season, we got FA Cup and a Carabao Cup, I'd be over that. Because that's 2 trophies for one. Obviously, FA Cup got to be Liverpool to get to the semi-finals anyway. But I think the players now have got to prioritise just get a trophy minimum, get a trophy. So you know what, at least it hasn't been perfect this year, but we've got something for like next year, Champions League, we'll go again next year. But I just want to see this team win something, man. Like Sunday needs to be about just get over the line, get some goals. Because look, you beat Arsenal now. Imagine Arsenal experience a loss now before the run-in.
I mean, I just think it's too big of a difference, I can't lie. But then again, you think differently after a cup final, because if you win a cup final, then you'll be giddy. And maybe I'll say something different if we do win it. But I think it's too big of a difference, even if we do win
you, Arsenal. We're coming for you. Sharks.
The blue shark is ready. The blue shark is ready to go out.
After getting beat up by a ship. Oh, by the way, right, Madrid. I'm sorry, right, they're cooked. Lunin is not stopping Harry Kane and co. By the way, he ain't stopping Harry Kane and co.
Hey, maybe Mbappe is farming a hat trick against the succeed. You know,
I'm sorry, right. Mbappe, I know he came back from injury, but he was honking. Like our defense by Kushnov and him actually sort of stopped him. Like, ain't worried about
against him. But he's just back from injury.
I know, but I'm still going to give Kushnov credit, by the way, against V Junior. He got 2 goals, but to me, Kushnov against her every time. He ran up to him, got him the ball every time, and that's. I'm going to ask you this as well after chat. Do you pick Kushnov on Sunday?
I mean, I think I don't know anyone who doesn't pick Kushnov. If you don't pick Kushnov, you're a fraud. I can't lie.
Is it Ibn Diaz?
By the way, Kuwait is not available.
So Ibn Diaz then. It's Ibn Diaz probably then. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Our centre-back options are Ruben Diaz, Kushnov, John Stones, Aki, and Max Alain. Because Kuwait is not available.
That's fine for one game. It's fine for one game, I think.
But yeah, you've got no choice but Kushnov and because we're not rolling out Stones, are we?
Stones is fine off the bench for a bit of game time. I think look, Stones has still got a good ability on the ball and defense ability. He's still defending well, so pace not so much as he used to be, but he's still got a bit about him still. I think to sort of do a job, especially if like added time in the game, extra time. So yeah, bring a bit of Stones on to sort of shut up the back line. But see, Arsenal are a weird one because that's not this unbelievable team, but I'm gonna be honest with you, they're really not. They're getting wins, but they're not blowing me away. Like I mean,
that's been all season though, but they have been getting wins. What I will say is they haven't been getting a lot of wins against big teams.
No, like Leverkusen. Don't get me wrong, right? That Eze goal was class Eze goal, but again, only 2-0. Leverkusen, like
I scored against Tottenham, guy.
I mean, they're not. I think Eze this season, I think, is it 9 goals now? I mean, it's been decent, but I'm not going to say it's been worth money so far. I mean, he's been all right, but it's been all right for what he's been showing. But Gyökeres, though, 18 goals. I'm not having it. I'm not having it, man. I'm not having it. Like 18 goals is Arsenal team for his value. It should be a lot more than that, really. Again, it's first year. I guess it's first year in England, but let's be real here. It should be more goals than that by now.
Yeah, I mean, Gyökeres is. I mean, when people compare Gyökeres to Haaland and stuff like that, there's nothing. I'm going to go against the grain. I think Gyökeres has had a brilliant season, but people just have stopped being realistic about what strikers in the Premier League can do. We used to look at a striker scored 18 goals. Yeah, you know, Michael Owen never hits 20 in his career.
Yeah, no, that's which is mad. But it's mad because like you think that players like him and Andy Cole would have hit 30 goals time, but didn't. So
yeah, he never hits 20 even. So we have stopped to understand how difficult it is to hit 20 goals because of players like Shearer way in the past, but not just Shearer, because of Aguero. How often did Aguero hit 20 plus? I think all but 2 or 3 seasons.
I mean, Aguero, like, even when he's injured, it's always got like minimum 25, 30 goals. Like, it was mad. Like, Aguero.
Yeah, I'm talking Prem only, though, right now.
Yeah. Even Prem, he got like 20 goals even when he's injured, which was crazy. So
he almost always got 20 goals. That's not normal. That is not normal. Harry Kane with 2 seasons with 30 goals and 20 goals, 20. That is not normal. When you see strikers get, I mean, Adebayor, sorry, not Adebayor, Aubameyang. Then he won the Golden Boot with 18 goals.
Think so. Yeah. Oh,
So when a striker scores 15 goals in the league alone, that is a good season. If you have a striker that every season scores 15 goals, you've got a very good striker on your hands. Now you compare them to Erling Haaland, and well, it's nothing compared to Erling Haaland. Well, yeah, compare Pepe to Messi, and you know, if you compare to the best, you're gonna look bored. But I think Gyökeres has had a very good season. The problem is, yeah, people keep comparing him to Haaland. He's got 11 goals in the Premier League this season. He could still get another 5 goals, 6 goals in the running. That'd be a brilliant third season. 15 goals in your third season, that'd be brilliant. But people have been so cooked by Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, that they think, oh, he didn't score 25.
Yeah, no, I get that. You're right. I think it's just because, like, again, what Kane, Haaland, and Aguero have been doing has been ridiculously stupid and insane. I mean, and we're lucky to have good strikers in this. I think Gyökeres for me will get better and better. I think for Arsenal, I think next year we get even better. I think Sesko, I don't think he's crap. I just think that he's just United right now. United right now.
He's not a United striker, is he?
No, he's better than United. He's. I'm sorry, but he shouldn't be in his United team. He really shouldn't be. Like, and there's me being saying he's shit. By the way, I think he's a good. I think he's better than United. He should be playing at a better club. Like,
let's go to Barcelona.
Let's be real, right? United are doing well right now, but what if Carrick gets judged for job full time? Eventually, they're gonna get found out. It's going well so far. Fair enough, but again, Ollie did the same thing, and what happened after that? It went for a little bit and then it collapsed.
I think with every manager in the world you're going to get found out. How many times has Pep been found out? Not just his entire career. Every manager ever has gotten found out. But what makes you a top manager is after you get found out, you change it up and you do something new and it works. That's what a top manager is. Alex Ferguson got found out, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Ancelotti, name the manager. They got found out at some point in their career. They changed something, and they started winning again. With these interims, like Carrick, like Ollie, as you said earlier, they come in, they're well, they're good. Then they get found out. Now, are they good enough to change up and adapt once they get found out? They're usually not.
No. I think that's the thing with Pep, because I think today about Maresca and that today. Now, I've got a funny feeling that this is going to be Pep's last season. I'm getting that, like, let me say one more year, whatever, but I just have a feeling that if he's deciding his future in the break, I have a funny feeling this could be his last year. And I hope we do win the cups. And imagine we do actually win the league this year somehow. Imagine if we got the players to do one last look. Champions League, it wasn't to be this year. Even if we beat Madrid, I think Bayern would beat us anyway. That's just being honest right now, where we currently are as a team. But imagine if we got, like, let's say we win the Carabao Cup Sunday, FA Cup, go far on that, maybe we win that, and finally win that Premier League. I'm not saying, again, it sounds crazy, right? But the domestic treble is still possible. But again, it would need to be down to, like, the players and him playing a set team now for a season. So you know what? Cherki, Doku, Haaland, that's my front three for now. And then Semenyo, Marmoush, if you want to get in this team, you've got to start scoring goals on the bench. Because Marmoush, by the way, and we said before, is Newcastle, brilliant. 2 great goals. Well, first goal was a bit easy, but second goal was brilliant. But against Madrid, he didn't do any pressing. He was just running around the pitch. Not doing anything. Like, I'm sorry, but it was literally, I'd rather have Haaland on or Foden on instead of him. Like, if Foden, you're right, if Foden's on the pitch instead of him, Foden at least presses a bit.
Foden presses, and Foden is good at scoring as well. But you look at Foden, when does he score? Not when you play him one game, bench him another. It's when you play him 5 games in a row. The 6th game he scores, and then he scores the 7th, and the 8th, and the 9th, and the 10th.
He's got to play him, Alf. Stop benching him. Play him. How is he meant to get back in form and play him?
He's our second top scorer, by the way, and he's not.
Oh, Reinders is shit. No, he's not shit. He doesn't play him. Oh, this player's shit. Pep doesn't fucking play them. Play them consistently. You'll get outpowered of them. I'm going crazy. I'm going mental here. Like, no one is shit in the squad apart from keeper players here and that. It's actually a good squad, to be fair, compared to what put the last season. But Pep doesn't play the right players. But honestly, for me, that's been brilliant for the football club. But I think it is time that people are like, I'll whistle when he's gone. Well, say something about David Silva and that, and yeah, we do miss, but we had players came in that were different players and came in and changed the system up. When Rodri goes, which might be this summer, if it's summer, wish him all the best. We'll get someone in, or someone will replace him.
Yeah, accurately points out it's not Chocolate's first season in England.
Oh yeah, Coventry, yeah. I think, look, with Pat, for me, right, I will never ever say shit him. Like, he's been, for overall this time, it's been incredible. I can't, Champions League should be at least 2 or 3, maybe 2, I would say, at a push. But again, UCL you can't really sort of predict, as we know. Like, Ian Ferguson at what 3, but he got at what 30 years something at United. So yeah, I think it should be. I think it should be 2, like 21 and 23 should be. 22 is a weird one. I think we've got Madrid, Liverpool in the finals are a whole different kind of kettle of fish, depending on and 24 as well. Beat Madrid.
I think 22 we should have won, but it was the maturing moment for our club to realize this is Madrid. Because I think before that we didn't really have respect for Madrid, and I think that's the maturing moment. They are the best in Europe. They always will be. Here is why. I think that's like a rite of passage for any club in Europe.
But recently, though, we have embarrassed ourselves. I mean, this year wasn't really embarrassing. It was just down to, like, if Pep doesn't do what he does in that first leg, it's a whole different tie. I think second leg, I think win the game another day. Maybe 3-1 or 4-1. I think Madrid were not good at all that second leg. I know they got 2 goals, but I watched them. Like, Brahim Diaz was all right. Valverde was nowhere near effective as he was the first leg. I guess he did all right, but let's be real, he was like cardio. He wasn't really doing a lot of the ball, really. I think his performance was done the first game. Our day was done. I'm sitting this one out. Like, Arda Güler was decent. I like Arda Güler, but again, their attack was very quiet because again, our defense just did well with dealing with him. It's just that if our attack was more clinical, all different game.
I think you also have to look at the points that they weren't concerned with attacking because they did have that 3-goal lead. So they weren't as concerned with attacking either.
That is true, but again, I always ask the question: what if Pep did not mess around that first leg? What if he said, you know what? We'll stick with a physical, conservative team. Which, again, as I said before, I want that. I want a 1-1 draw or a 1-0 loss if it is to be a loss. We get out of there with a narrow whatever, or even a narrow 1-0 win could happen. We get out of there, then second leg, we up the ante, up the atmosphere. We did it in the second leg, and we go for the throw, and we won the game.
Imagine if we were only 1 goal behind when Haaland scored that goal.
Bro, the atmosphere would be like, bro, come on. Yeah, like, it would have been like...
Suddenly the entire mood of the stadium is very different, isn't it?
Well, like, look at Doku's goal, right? Like, at 2-1. Obviously, it's offside, fine. But the finish he did for that, 1-1 with Lunin, and he put it near post past Lunin, I thought that was exceptional finish. I thought...
But by the way, how many offside goals did we score? 2,
sadly. And to be fair, both of them were created by Shirky.
Yeah.
And this is what I know about Alf. If that goes 2-1, is onside, we 2 goals after that? Madrid like shit. Because then if Nori's goal counts as the onside, we've got 10 minutes to get one more goal, and they were like, well, fuck, and it'll be an onslaught, and I'll get behind them because. Imagine if we had got through right that night with no Haaland on the pitch, like Senio Marmouche up front. I said someone next to me, right? Imagine if we had won that game, right? And bear in mind, that celebration right near me, and in my direction, I was like, you fucking prick. I was like, imagine if we actually won the game, right? On penalty, or something like that. It's a video doing that. I was saying, where's your Ballon d'Or? Where's your Ballon d'Or? If we had won that game, just to annoy Vinny, it'd have been beautiful. But it didn't happen.
I mean, Vinny's still not winning a Ballon d'Or because he's not doing anything in the World Cup. So
who is though this year? Who is? Because I think Haaland's not doing it anymore. I think that's done.
Well, you underestimate World Cup hype. If he, okay. By the way, he can be shit for the rest of the season. If he scored in the CARABAO Cup final, and he does well in the World Cup, he wins the Ballon d'Or. It's that simple. Same with Jamal. Jamal has a ball at World Cup, he wins the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I think it's more next year where it might count towards his city. So hopefully next season when we... The thing is, right, I'm going to ask you, if it is Maresca to replace Pep for next season, right, if it is, not sure, but how would you feel? I don't really feel like it's a disaster because I'll be honest with you, right, Maresca's not a bad manager. I think Chelsea is just a stupid club and they sacked him over...
Well, Maresca wasn't sacked. A Chelsea fan told me he wasn't actually sacked, he just left because... well, he threatened to leave because he wasn't backed properly. And then they decided to sack him before he could leave because, I don't know, they wanted to make a power move. But Maresca did leave. He wanted to go.
I think he did it right. I think he did it right because I think he had the backing of the board. I think I know like, but players will join us. No, they still would. We're not some fraudulent club. Young players coming through will still want to go to us, even if Pep's not there, by the way. It's not like we're some wash club. I know we're not Barcelona or Bayern around the trip, but fucking hell, we're still a big name now in Europe now than we were a few years ago. And Pep's helped us get that position. Obviously, we're winning a treble. I think it would be a different kind of team, though. I think Maresca plays a style of play that isn't like Pep. Bit more attacking, I think, a bit more... Because I also remember as well, right? He was there, wasn't he, in treble year? He was there in Pep's assistant that year. So he knows the players like Rodri and Haaland and that already. So it's not like we've got someone new to the whole setup. He was there for the last few years. So
yeah. But by the way, Rosa brings up a brilliant point. We don't need a new Pep. We need a new Pellegrini. We need that guy between the next guy.
I think Enzo's the guy. We're like, wait, what if he's not a big name? I don't think Enrique right now is going to happen anyway. And Enrique would be who I'd go for anyway if he was free. And I think personally, if he was free, he'd join us because of the setup and Pep being here.
I mean, but obviously, we both want Vinny, obviously.
Yeah, but not yet. I think a couple of years. Let Maresca take over for 2 or 3 years. But Maresca's not a big name. Look, I think Maresca's the perfect guy to come in because he's not a big name like Pep, but he's won stuff. He won a Club World Cup and a Conference League with Chelsea in a difficult situation with Chelsea where we're in at the time. I think where we are right now as a club, he could come in. Obviously, he knows to win the UCL and Premier League. He knows that anyway. With the aim, but he's a manager that's not a big name, but he'd come in. I think he'd demand a lot more respect, and he'd get it from the players because I think the players would know. You know what? He's been here before, and he knows what it's like to win stuff. So,
I find that there's a big problem with the idea that the manager is going to demand respect from players. Who the fuck knew about Jose Mourinho when he arrived at Porto?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? I'm not against Maresca because I'm like, we don't really need a massive name to begin with straight away. But we need a chilled period, 2 or 3 years of just a manager coming in, getting us a trophy here. I know it's not standards, but we're not going to be that team straight away under Pep. We need a couple of years. Again, you and me are quite chill with that. We're like, you know what? I'm fine. I know with a new manager, he'll need at least a year or two. I think 2 years. I think to sort of see where we are.
I don't think that's per se true. Like what I do when you get a new manager, I always give the first season for free. Get top 4, and the third season is for free. Get Champions League. That's the only requirement.
And next year we judge him. Yeah. Okay.
So that is how I always look at new managers. When Pep first arrived, third season, didn't do anything.
It was a shit squad apart from David Silva, De Bruyne, Torre. It was a very
he didn't do anything. Third season, I don't care. Third season, free.
He did pretty well. Is it cut semi-final as Arsenal? Probably should have won the game.
Yeah.
What was it? And then it was what? I mean, the league was what? We were third in the league, which wasn't bad for where we were at the time.
That was when we got that's when
Monaco.
We got
again, I think that's really Pep's fault. If I remember, I think that season, I think Pep played a good team. But it's just that we were a young, naive squad, and Monaco had Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Fabinho, Benjamin Mendy. That Monaco team was stacked for the players. It was a good squad, man, that they had. So, yeah, look, it is what it is. But I'm actually looking forward to a new manager. I'm not saying I'm done with Pep. I'm perfectly happy giving a manager a year to see how we change. Because look, are we going to be an elite squad straight away? People say, "Oh, we're going to be shit." Are we? I don't think we're going to be that crap.
When is the last time we finished outside of Champions League spots?
Was it 2010-11? No, 09-10. 09-10.
09-10.
Maresca's not a shit manager, by the way. He'll definitely get us top 2, top 3.
Yeah,
for sure.
Especially if we buy another bunch of players, which it looks like we might.
Tonali, apparently, from hearing Tonali Anderson, and they're both good players. I mean, if Rodri goes, it's a shame.
You know what? I'm going to get cooked for this. I'd rather Tielemans than Tonali. I don't rate him as highly as other people.
About Anderson?
Anderson, I'm fine with. Anderson is going to be like a rotational player in his first 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah, Gundogan. When Gundogan first started, was rotational, and then he became a starter. So that's what I think Anderson would be for us, which I'm perfectly fine with. Because I do think the starting players are already there. You already have your Nico Gonzalez. You have your Bernardo Silva right now. How do you replace him? That's to be seen. I suppose that would be Tonali. You already have your Rodri. You have your Cherki. You have these players already. So I'd be completely fine with Anderson there. But I don't think he's going to be a starting player. He's going to start like Gundogan. Third season, not that many starts. But by 2021, 22, he was one of our starters every game.
I think our squad's going to be a young core with like a few like experienced players that they'll be in the squad. I think Foden and Haaland and that will be the experienced players, and then obviously you got like Hushinov and that, and Sheck coming through as young. I think it's going to be. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how we look in a couple of years' time. I think next year will definitely be better than this year for sure. I think we'll be a lot more established as a team member next year. I just think what it is, right? I'm like realistic about where we are right now. I'm not saying I think we're a good team. We're better than last year, but I mean, people would say it's doom and gloom, but it's not doom and gloom. I didn't expect us to be anywhere near the position right now. I thought we'd be like second and nowhere near the title race, but we were in the fight. I know we probably should have done a lot better on hindsight in his game for sure, but I think that's down to Pep. I think not sort of being a bit too naive in his games, and that's on him. But I think players like Shirky have impressed. I mean, obviously, he's had a lot more games than what he's done. I just think, it's one of those ones where I think in the summer, I'm intrigued to see what happens in the summer. See who comes to who goes. And by the way, right, Europa League, Celta Vigo have not Leon out.
Wow.
And Forest to beat Midtjylland on penalty, so Forest are through to the quarterfinals.
That is not exactly the result I was expecting.
And Freiburg beat Henk 5-1.
Since when has Celta Vigo been on this good run of form? Apparently, they've been winning a lot of games recently.
Oh my god, what was it? Was it Javi Rojeda and Ferran Jutla got both the goals for
Ferran Jutla? Hey, my guy. Ferran Jutla, he is the epitome. Yeah, you know Alvaro Morata. He will not do anything all tournament, and then in the final he'll score. Yeah. That is Ferran Jutla. I swear it down. Yeah. He literally in his last season for the Bruges, when we won the title in 23-24. He scored like 3 goals in 30 games, and then in the final 10 games in the title run-in, he scored like 6 goals in like 7 games against all the top teams, and he won us the title.
By the way, Leon got Niakate sent off after 90 minutes, and Tagliafico sent off last minute. So 9 men. And Endrick got hooked. So, bro, that's mad. That Leon was well with the favourites. I think if Villa can just keep up their form, Villa have got every chance of going to win this. And Forest as well. Forest,
we don't talk about.
Yeah, Henk lost 5-1 to Freiburg. Was it? It was Ginter, Matanovic, Grifo still playing, Eggestein still there, and Suzuki. Smets got the goal for Henk. For Forest, it was Dominguez and Ryan Yates, and McAtee got an assist for one of the goals.
I'm surprised that they needed penalties to beat Midtjylland. I can't lie.
Porter being Stuttgart 1-0, so it's like Porter going through.
Yeah, they were already winning on aggregate, so they'll be through.
Real Betis have turned it around against Panathinaikos. They're up 2-0.
But they were losing against Panathinaikos.
Yeah. Bologna beating Roma 2-1. Bologna are going to beat Roma.
Hey, Bologna and Roma are both two good teams. It's funny that Serie A teams have to play each other, by the way.
Palace won, by the way. 1-2-1. Ismail Sarr got 2 goals, so they're frozen.
Yeah, I think Palace will win that Conference League, personally.
What, bro? Strasbourg are losing to Rijeka. Strasbourg are losing to Rijeka.
Is anyone of note left other than Fiorentina and Palace in the Conference League?
So AEK Athens beat Celje. Well, they lost 2-0 at home to them, but they won 4 to aggregate. Mainz are through. Fiorentina are through.
Mainz is off this season.
Rayo Vallecano look like they're going through. Lech Poznan and Shakhtar are battling out, but Shakhtar are ahead right now at half time.
I want to play Lech Poznan at some point.
Oh, the Poznan versus Poznan. We'll be there. Fucking
stadium doing a Poznan at 7-0. So Lech Poznan.
Let's all do the Poznan. La 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 la. Hey. AZ beating Sparta Prague and Rijeka beating Strasbourg. And the Europa League is bro. The Europa League right now. I think if you're Forest and you're Villa, I think it wouldn't surprise me if either of them get each other at some point. I mean, what can they? I'm not sure if they can or not. Can they? I'm not sure because I can't remember how the draw works. Because I know Fiorentina have Palace next, which is going to be a mad game.
But I think it's like Champions League, right? To draw.
I think so. Let's have a look. Hold on. I can't because I know Forest are through, but I can't remember who Forest are playing next. That's the thing. I can't remember who they're playing. I know Fiorentina are playing Palace in the cup, which is giving me a game to watch. I just want to watch that game, see how that goes. But if I'm Palace,
Rijeka, whatever the fuck that team is, they're winning against Strasbourg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's 2-1 aggregates.
Freiburg will play Celta Vigo next. So yeah,
I need Jutstad to avenge Belgium here.
Because Henk frauds are knocked out.
Bro, I swear down, Belgian teams in Europe, other than Bruges, are awful. But Bruges also in the Champions League round of 16, it's always a crash out.
Just going to ask you, right? If we got through Madrid, Bayern Munich, do you think we'd have a chance against Bayern? Do you think we'd have been knocked out?
I think we have a chance against everyone in the world. I still think we've got the best squad in world football right now. We've just not got the best manager.
I think Pep just kind of if Pep was in his pomp, we'd probably quit Madrid probably.
If this was Pep 2 or 3 years ago, we would actually be in for the quadruple, unironically.
But current Pep I think current Pep needs to sort of have a break. He needs a break, man. If I was him, just have a year out of football, and just do your own thing for a bit. I think you've earned it at this point. You've earned it. Like you've done 10 years at a football club in this current era. go and have a break in like Spain or New York and that. I mean, just have a good with your family and that. Just, you know what I mean, just.
By the way, Unop did bring up a very good point earlier. Half the players we bought knew, even all of them, knew that Pep was leaving on a year or two. So it's not like they're just going to leave. It's not like we're going to get players.
And Haaland would know that as well. Haaland know as well. Like Haaland would know that. So would Shirky. Like, but they came because of Pep. No, they came to work with Pep for a bit because I think they kind of like, right, it won't be that long. But if I've got a chance to like release a year or two of him, I think Haaland will. If it is Maresca, I think they're probably like, yeah, okay, because I think he'd come in and he'd. I think he wouldn't be an arrogant prick. I think he'd come. I think he know that the club would back him. It'd be the right environment for him to sort of come in and sort of, and because he's been here before, by the way, he's worked here before with the facilities and also the ownership as well. So he wouldn't. They know him really well. If I'm right in saying, didn't he train our youth team as well? He was a youth team. He did, on 21's team. So he's played with like he's managed the Zeta in that, I think. From right in saying.
What did he?
I'm pretty sure Enzo Maresca managed our youth team before.
Pep. He did. I don't know. I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did.
I'll let you know while I'm sort of going to look. I'll let you know. But,
yeah, we don't need a 6. I do agree with that, but that's assuming Rodri doesn't leave, which he could. City fans are moaning about Alvarez. Yeah, bro, I don't get the Alvarez stuff. Imagine Alvarez played for Man City and didn't score a goal for 4 months.
Sorry, right, here we go. Sorry. In August 2020, he was hired by Man City as manager of their elite development squad. Maresca won the Premier League 2 title on his only season in charge of the squad. So yeah, he's been at the club before. And I actually think, like, he's shit. I actually think he's the right guy to come in because I think I don't really want a massive name after Pep because that's going to be massive differing styles. And I get people like, but surely that's the way we should go forward. But if Enrique's not available, don't go for Enrique. Like, I'm sure the club will.
The manager has to be available. Like, you can't get Zidane if Zidane is not available. You can't get Enrique if Enrique is not available. You can't get Fabregas if Fabregas is not available.
Like Zidane for me is going France after Deschamps leaves. That is kind of like.
By the way, I've said this for a long time, and if Zidane is going France, there's no way anyone gets Zidane. He's going France. But I've said for a long time that I've wanted Zidane at the club after Pep because he would get out Champions League count up. He will not give 2 fucks about the league. He will be like, get me that European Cup.
Haaland and Shirky, bro. I'm fucking there for it, bro. He said Haaland, right. Go for Ibrahimovic. All right. Like watching Shirky de Rabona crosses the fucking Haaland every time. I'm like, yes. Give me more of that. I actually think, right, even someone like Maresca's style of play with this, like, because remember, right, his style of play with that Chelsea team, with a very experienced team with a lot of young players, he did quite well. He got a lot out of Enzo, he got a lot out of Caicedo, and also Palmer as well. Palmer was unbelievable under him. I just think that I can see Foden doing well under Maresca. I think you tell it. He'd given that Palmer role that say, right, you and Shirky the 2. I know it sounds like I'm predicting stuff, but I just think if it is Maresca that after Pep, I'm actually for it. People are going to think I'm mental, but I just think with me, I'm playing the long game, the company. If you want company, which by the way I think will happen in the future, I can see I actually can see someone like Gundogan being an assistant manager of him, or De Bruyne being an assistant manager of him. Like, imagine that. Imagine Kev being an assistant manager to the company at the City. For you as well, Belgium, like just that Belgian flag at City.
No Belgian manager has ever won the Premier League, so that will be something.
By
the way, no English manager has won the Premier League.
Yeah, watching Doku cook under company. To be fair, he probably would actually. He actually probably would be fair under company. He would, I think so. Look, again, I'm actually excited for the future because I'm ready. I'm ready for change. It doesn't mean I want manager sack. I don't like him. I'm ready for change because I'm actually willing to give the manager time to change because I think we need. I think the club at some point has got to know what wants to do. I can't be having another year out of Pep about staying I can't do it because it's just another year after every year. Like, right, is he going to stay this year? Like, if you're going to stay, Pep, long term, I don't want to be sat here every year thinking, are you going to stay? Are you going to go? I want a long term contract for manager, please. So I've got manager at least for 2 or 3 years.
By the way, on Maresca as well, he's got a lot of experience. He was assistant manager of Montella at Ascoli. If you don't know who Montella is a pretty good Turkish manager. He does Turkish. I think he's the Turkish national team manager now, if I'm not mistaken.
So, yeah.
But yeah, he's a solid manager. So he was an assistant under him. He was an assistant of Caparros, if you know who he is. Was a Sevilla manager for a while. He he brought Sevilla back to the first division because Sevilla was not always first division. He was assistant manager to Pep, of course. He was manager of our under-23s, as you said earlier. He was also the manager at Leicester when they won the championship.
That's what I mean. I think it's actually a good move. People think we're both mental here, thinking our standards are low. No, I actually think you need someone like Maresca after Pep because I think you need a bit of a change up of power. Right. Before we get the company in or Enrique again, right? Maresca was at least 2 or 3 years, right? Let's calm it down a bit. Just get everyone back to level.
With Maresca, we can win a title straight away. I'm not saying we will. We probably won't. But we could win a title straight away with Maresca. He is good enough.
Because people are like, oh, but look at Chelsea. Again, people are judging him off because he got sacked. He didn't get sacked. He left Chelsea to run poorly. They run like a fucking... look at... I'm sorry, right? Maresca is not worse than Rosinha. He's better than Rosinha.
Absolutely.
Rosinha, I'm sorry, bro. He's out of his depth there. He's out of his depth at Chelsea. Like, is he going to...
I agree with that.
Not for Chelsea. No, I'm sorry. PSG... look, I think Maresca at Chelsea, where she's done better against PSG in both games. He probably would have set up differently. And a better set. I'm not saying he'd have beaten PSG by the way to it, but he probably would have made it a lot closer of a game. And I think PSG had to fight for it a lot more in both games. But look how poor Chelsea were in them 2 games. They got outclassed by Semi Mayulu, a young player. By the way, right, the guy I want to see the most, Kvaratskhelia. I love Kvaratskhelia. I think he's an absolute baller.
I mean, Vasco, big up Vasco, by the way, and Dan, as well as South Steve. He's asking for the score prediction. I'll come back to that in a moment.
Yeah, we'll get the camera on a bit. Sorry, guys, I'm waffling on lots of the show.
Yeah. It's fine. It's a waffle show, isn't it? Vasco did bring up earlier, we should probably go in for a world-class player at some point. Just a statement signing.
I think we will this summer.
Kvaratskhelia would be a good one to go for at the moment.
King Clancy, by the way, as well. Do a King Clancy, Kvaratskhelia. I'm saying before, right? It's right there for us to do that. Just do a Kvaradona, if Mamouche goes, Kvaradona number 7, something like that, and say, you are the guy for that left wing. Well, him and Doku, by the way, for wingers, I think that's brilliant. That is a wing pairing that would really ruffle up feathers in the Premier League because you've got a pace power, like quick player in Doku is maturing as more of the player and getting more, I think, more assists and more goals come as well. You've got Kvaratskhelia, who's the more experienced player, but play at a high level. He's the kind of player that will come into his team and really sort of like make us. But like, imagine him and Haaland together. Assists that Haaland would get from Kvaratskhelia. And the passion as well.
Kvaratskhelia on one side, Cherky on one side. They both can score and they both can assist.
And because I want to see Donnarumma, right? Passion like the Bernabeu doing that. Oh, just and like because I think he's the kind of guy, right? And I feel sorry for him. The first league wasn't great, but he's the kind of keeper that can win us the Champions League next year. I think the problem is that this season, the manager's overthinking cost us this year, which is a shame.
This season?
Well,
this year always, to be fair.
I know, but I meant this year specifically, the first leg. If you just again, we said 4, chill out, relax, get your draw. Again, if it's a boring game, so I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I don't mind drawing 1-1 at the Bernabeu. I know, like, you know what? At least I know we'll go, at home. We'll go there and put all the effort in. I think Pep got way ahead of himself there. He thought his team was ready for it. Like his team wasn't ready for it yet. Like the last time that we got 4+ goals in the game was in December. It's Fulham. That's
Yeah.
That's poor. That is poor for our standards. That's very poor.
And the last time we got 2+ goals in our game
was Newcastle.
Yeah. But that's
that
was Fake Cup.
Fulham. Was it Fulham? Was it Fulham at home? I think in February.
Yeah, it was Fulham at home 3-0. That's last time.
This is what I mean, bro. Our goals are dried up. It's kind of the year. Our goals dried up massively, and we got to start playing a consistent front three that are going to score the goal. I think Cherki Doku Haaland is what I play going forward in the rest of the season.
Yeah. Speaking on the cup final, I mean, I'll see you guys will put in a 1-2 Arsenal prediction already. I do think there's a chance we win. I don't think we're absolutely just trash and we're not having any chance. But the lineup has to be right for me. Trafford will play in goal because he has the cup goalkeeper and he deserves to play in goal. I would be very surprised if Pep decides to play Donnarumma. We've seen with Ortega, he was the cup goalkeeper and got to play those finals. So Trafford will get that final, which is fine.
He's fine, yeah.
I reckon that centre backs will be Husnov and Diaz because Guehi is available, so that's your only choice. It's not much to argue there. The left back has to be Nuri, not O'Reilly, because I'll need O'Reilly in that midfield for starters.
Against Rice and Odegaard and probably and Zubimendi, yeah.
Right back, we've not got any choice. It's going to have to be Nunez. Not that that's a problem, but we don't have. You can't argue that.
And to the best options right now, I'd say that Nunez has been on my back players this year, so I think he deserves to be played anyway. So yeah.
Midfield for me, it would be Rodri, O'Reilly, Tijani. Pep will not do that. Let's be honest.
Well, it should be because you got Reinders can push forward in the attack like Gundogan box crashing style. You got Riley and Rodri can sort of do the dog work. That's all I need to do. But
what I think Pep will do is Pep will start Rodri, O'Reilly, Bernardo Silva, and then he will give us the front three of Doku, Haaland, and Cherki. That's all. That front three is good by me. That back four is good by me. That midfield, if it's Bernardo Silva and Rodri at the same time, that's not good.
It doesn't work anymore because Bernardo back then was more attacking, and we knew he was. Like, I mean, he can score goals and assists. He can do it, but he doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't do it as an attacker anymore. Like he used to cook on the right wing a lot.
By the way, people who say that Bernardo never had GA to his game, because I'll talk about this with Matthijs before. But Bernardo used to get 20 GA every season, you know?
It's brilliant. That's brilliant for someone like him. Like, big goals and big goals. Like, Anfield, big goal in a big game. He can do it. It's just not much anymore. He's like, that's fine. I'm not knocking him for that. Like, he's 31 years old and pretty much every game for us. Like, the guy is giving everything for this football club. I can't deny him that at all. But Pep needs to give him a fucking break, man. Just play someone else. I think, same off the bench. Sure. Bench player, bit of energy off the bench, maybe towards the second half. Sure, I'm fine with that. But like, I want to see a Reinders, O'Reilly, Rodri midfield this game. Reinders at the Emirates was brilliant. Got the assist for Haaland's goal. That's what we need in this game.
Yeah. So I'm not just go through Bernardo Silva's numbers here, because Bernardo Silva has always been a presser. He's always been a midfield play, like a tempo controller. And he still controls that tempo, but he doesn't do it as well as he used to. He still presses, but he doesn't do it as well as he used to. But the main thing is that the GA dropped off too. In 17-18, he got 9 goals, 10 assists, first season with Man City. Then the next season, he got 13 goals, 13 assists. You see these numbers that he's getting out. And that is a player whose main game was not goals and assists. 18 goals and assists the season after. So I think that was 20 something, 26, now 18. No, it was 19 first season, 26, 18. Then he had a worse season, but that was his injury season, not injury season, but like the season where he was he was injured for a little bit. I think he had one. Then he had like a muscle injury that season.
I think so. Again, his record of injuries is actually quite good. He's very injured behind a silver. So,
but he was benched a lot after his injury, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So he only got 14 GA that season, but he wasn't playing as much. The season after, 21-22, he got 20 GA again. Then the treble season, he actually got his least GA, 15. Then the four-beat season, it went up a little bit again. He got 22. Then you look at the last two seasons of Bernardo Silva. 24-25, he got 11. This season, so far, not done yet, but so far, he's got 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big drop off from getting 20 pretty much every season.
Yeah, and that's what we need to give someone. I think Ryan needs their minutes now. He does. Like, I know people have said over Bernardo Silva. Like, I'm not being horrible. I'm just I think I wouldn't say he's the problem. I think he has played too many games, but I think the player is probably Pep's problem. Pep plays him way too much. Well, I think he needs to realize he ain't that guy anymore, and that's fine. He's still a good player. I think he's not our level anymore. I think he's more Serie A level now. I think, and so you're also right. Juventus right away. He did very well. Juventus right now. He did very well.
Speaking of Serie A, do you think Lecce will get relegated?
Lecce?
Yeah. They lost to Napoli. Where are they in the table? They're 17th. They're 3 points ahead of Clemen. By the way, the fact that Fiorentina is in a relegation battle.
Bro. Mad.
Yeah, they're 3 points ahead of relegation right now. But their next game for Lecce is Roma. And then they play Atalanta and then Bologna. So they got a few rough games coming up. They could get relegated, you know.
Bro, if they get relegated, right, it's like when Sampdoria went down many years ago. Like it's a massive shock if they go down. Fiorentina, like the fact that they keep bottling is it the Conference League as well. Like imagine if Palace beat them in the Conference League. Like imagine, like you know what I mean. Imagine the scenes that happens, bro. You know what I mean? So
I think it would be nice for Fiorentina if they could finally win that Conference League.
Oh yeah.
Because they've been tormented by that tournament, haven't they? How many finals have they lost? Then did they lost the final against what's the name? Olympiacos
and West Ham as well.
Yeah, and West Ham.
CARABAO winner.
Who played? Was it Real Betis against Chelsea?
I can't remember. It was. Yeah, it was. Palmer scored. Yeah, Jackson, Nicholas Jackson, wasn't he? The final, didn't he? Yeah. Bro, if Russ could get the rest out of Nicholas Jackson, I'm sure Haaland will be fine. Sure, will be fine.
Yeah. And in 2023, the Conference League final was that the West Ham one?
Yes, and it was the same year that we won the UCL.
Yeah, because they finished like 15th or something like that, didn't they?
Yeah, bro, that Rodrigo every time I watch it, man. Oh, bro, like the answer, by the way, for our game was incredible. Like honestly, I want to give the club credit. Like they really did put the effort in. I think the fans. I think the problem is right with this game was that it was crying out for a 1-1 draw at the Bernabeu. Imagine how it would have been with this level because we were like shit. We have to
imagine how much more positive, even if we just won. Let's say we won 2-1, 2-0 instead of losing 1-2. Imagine how much more positive we are going into this Arsenal game as well.
I'm like, we're out, but the players play well, and the players still did play well. I mean, both of their goals, right, was one for a handball and the other one was just a bit of a scrappy goal at the end. But I really thought the players gave their all. I think again, the manager's got to take some blame for it because he's got to start playing the right attack. Stop playing different players every week. Stop tinkering. Play your best fucking team. Play Doku, Shoki, Haaland up front. Midfield of Reinders. Give Reinders a few more games in a row to play. Give Foden a chance as well. Give more Foden opportunities. Just start playing the attacking players more, man. It's just frustrating.
So, to come back to Tausif's question of 20 minutes ago, play me up front. You're getting relegated, mate. No thanks.
We're finished. It's over. Relegation to Championship. Here we go. We're back.
No. I was talking about Trinidad's Italian club.
Oh right. I was like, right, yeah. Well, we're going down to League One.
We're getting resolved for the get relegated. We're not going to exist next year. We're going to need to find something new to do without the channels.
We start again in the pub league. Playing against the Duck pub team. Let's go. We'll be there.
Manchester United.
Oh god, no, we ain't doing that, bro. We ain't fucking doing that. Not me.
That'd be proper sellouts. Hey, what club do you support though if Man City dissolves? Like on a real one.
Probably people are probably Southampton have to because they're the one nearest me. But I'm like, we would do it now then because I didn't do it when I was younger, you pricks. There you go. How about that? I'm not. Although someone did though in our fan base, right? Shamelessly support the local team after won a treble. So, bro, I'm just gonna say it right. If we got absolved, right, then obviously you had to watch some sort of football. But I mean, someone say no one else. I mean, fair enough. But I love football too much. I'm not a fan that loves football one team and I love football for a lot of football overall, not just I get some are like that and fair enough like that. And I look again, I support for me, City's my only love club anyway, but I love football way too much to stop watching it. If my club got absolved. So that's just me. But yeah.
Big up Dan as well, by the way. We were just rounding up, but let's round up with a score prediction. Because I predict... Yeah, you know what? I want to predict or win. I predict 2-1, but not just any 2-1. Arsenal outplays all game. Gyökeres scores. And somehow we scam a win. And it's going to be the ugliest own goal ever. Saliba or Gabriel, one or the other.
Gabriel, please. Gabriel.
And Haaland will score a goal in the final, but it will be the worst goal you've ever seen. Like, Savio controller disconnect against Newcastle. It's going to be like that. Haaland is going to slip, and like Raya is going to shoot the ball into Haaland's face, and it's going to go in the back of the net. And Haaland will celebrate super shamelessly. That is my prediction.
Yeah. Oh, look, again, a trophy. That's all I want. I want a trophy.
I think 3-2 City, says Dan. Bro, I'm going to be honest, I'm not very pumped for the final. Maybe on the day I will be more excited. But right now I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm more nervous than excited about it.
What do? TV off, I just hide. I don't want to watch the game. I'm not going. By the way, I'm not paying 100 quid for a ticket. By the way, I'm not doing that. I know it's near me, but 100 quid for a final ticket is ridiculously stupid. I mean, I went last year to the FA Cup final, bro, but I've not made the money. I can afford it, but I'm not.
How are we still selling Wembley tickets? That's beyond me.
But no, but 100 quid is fucking crazy, by the way, for a ticket for a final. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for a final.
Yeah. But again, we have been to Wembley so many times.
I'm not going because I want to save money up other stuff. Like again, like I'd rather do that. That's just me. I've been to 2 finals. I've seen 2 L's. I'm sure I'll see a win at some point.
You know what's your problem? Yeah, you keep going to these finals, and that's why we lose.
And we win. Wait, that. I'm never going again. That's a cheat code. If I go, it's over. It's not gonna happen.
So now you're condemned to being a plastic, stay-at-home couch fan. That's the solution.
But for a good reason, because we actually win stuff.
Yes, for the greater good.
Sack the club, sack the board, sack everyone. We're done. Basically, that's great. Okay.
Did you walk out at 2-0 against Aston Villa?
Huh?
22.
I wasn't at the game at that time.
You could have walked out after 2-0. And maybe that also why we did come back.
Look, you know what it is, right? Look, all I want to see is a trophy this year. I said before, give me a trophy.
Yeah.
And look, the league, we'll see what happens. Again, football's a funny
I
old
mean,
game.
we're getting Champions League. I think that much can be said for certain.
United fans say that second. No, that ain't going to happen. United still draw games here and now, throwaway games here and now. But they will. So I think we'll be all right. I just think what we've got to do is beat Chelsea, beat Arsenal. With Arsenal, just beat Arsenal for sake of beating Arsenal and see what happens after that. That's what we got to do. So,
yeah, I agree with that. You got any predictions for the game?
2-1 City. It'll be a really horrible, disgusting, scrappy win, and we'll love it when we win it.
That's
what I want, bro.
By the way, if it goes to penalties, do you think City win? Because we have the better penalty goalkeeper, in my opinion.
I don't want penalty. I don't want it.
I back us to win on penalties. If it goes to penalties, Donnarumma will make more saves than Raya.
Or Trafford will be fine anyway. But I mean,
but if it goes to penalties, he'll take Trafford off. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but Donnarumma for me, right? Yeah, look, for me, right, we're the best keeper for shot stopping saves and penalties. To be fair, out for the back, right? He has got Madrid. He was pretty good in the second leg. I will say he is getting better at it. He's not Edison. That's fine. As long as you can pass the ball out of play, all I ask you to do. Donna.
Yeah.
Apart from that, carry on. But yeah, 2-1 win on Sunday. Let's get a win. Let's go in the break with a positive. FA Cup, go on for a win that as well. Let's end the year. If Pep is Pep last year, let's give him 2 trophies to lift a manager and to go out on a high. That's all I want from him. That's all I want from him, man.
Yeah. So we both predict a win in the final. Please do not let us down again, because it's been a bit of a season of ups and downs. It's been mostly a season of up. It's like a roller coaster. It just keeps going up and then it keeps going down.
Winning
You know what they say. You know what they say. When it rains, it pours. But
I'm not excited for the season to end. I'm more like, well, when it ends, like, you know what, a bit of relief to sort of just chill. Like last year, I was like, end the season, get it, I'm done. It ended like, whereas I'm like, I don't really mind if it ends or doesn't, but I want to just get the summer, players out, players in, and go again next year.
I do think we need a break from football.
Just not England.
Good thing international break is coming up. Thank you as always for coming on. I'm going to redirect this stream to Zaid, who's live right now doing the European Heavyweight show. I won't be on. I've got some stuff to do. But thank you as always for coming on. Like and subscribe to me, to Luke's channel is in the description. And I'll see you guys on the next one.